We're going to jump in here, though. Game numero dos. Round numero uno. Lo siento, mi amigos. tNt versus Spot Up. Spot Up one more time on the offensive side. They're going to look for a cat push running right down mid. I like this strategy when you've got pistols because later on in the game, this mid becomes completely unavailable.
Yeah, and trying to honestly alpha that spot right now, right? Bully them out of there early on. It's going to be very important for mental at this point, as we do have some smokes going down here on the A site.
Oh, one off the top, but an easy trade. 4-on-4, 4-on-3, and another one is taken on down. Spot Up, looking to go ahead and push. We're even here at 3 again. Spike planted today. In fact, pushing in gets 1. And so tNt do have the numbers advantage, but they've got to clear out this site before they attempt to defuse. Spot Up with 2 strong. One's going to be up in heaven. The attempt to defuse is started. And it looks like with one player dead, the other player, it's going to be too far away. Gets a kill. But the fuse will come out here. And Spot Up, nice try. tNt first on the board.
Yeah, the numbers advantage just too much, but tNt were able to push up through mid and get that flank on them for that retake. And so really great positioning for them. And they're going to go ahead and take that first round. And let's see how heavy they invest into this. We got a Marshall here, so signaling that, you know, they want to have a heavy mid presence probably.
Yeah, this is all the way a mid buy, if you will. I think you leave that Marshall at home if you're going. There are 3 approaches, right? B direct, mid, and A direct. And if you're going either of those, I think you leave the Marshall at home. The mid is the only place to really take this one out. And so, in fact, gonna look for the peak, but is smoked off, so nothing he can really do here with the long range weapon. And Spot Up. Just gonna try pushing in, and in fact has the information here. Molotov goes out, that'll slow him down just a little bit, but SVL gets 2, and Infect from long gets the other. 2 players still up for Spot Up.
Really good support for that Marshall, understanding what they need to play around once they spotted out the push coming out from Spot Up. And so tNt will go ahead and take 2 in a row. You know, let's see exactly what they want to buy into this. As it's going to be an SMG buy, unfortunately, for Cryocells, as they're investing into a double sniper here, the early operator for Core.
They will change that up. I don't mind the double sniper when it's just the guy keeping his Marshall. This is a map that I think single op is really, it's tough to kind of squeeze the double one here. I think I'd rather see 4 rifles, 1 op most of the time. But of course, we'll see how the game and the meta evolves around that. Spread out here. Spike not committed either way. Team, like I said, spreading the floor. Spot Up playing contact here.
Now the bomb is positioned over at mid right now. And it looks like it might be just another mid push here as they go ahead and scout through with that owl drone, and now they're making their way in.
SVL waiting on the side, being very patient. And that's something I'm going to point out after the fact. SVL grabs 2 before going down. tNt have been mad patient. They have not really looked concerned about kind of jumping out or jumping in.
Yeah, so they're able to recover the spike at the very least, and now rotating it over to the A site. But again, they will be known as the door is trapped up. They could swing up to heaven if they so want, and that might be the play here.
Well, there's a little bit of information. They know 1 player is there off the trap wire. They don't know how many others have shown up, however. Spike carrier down, so Spike is down on the site. And it's a rough situation to be in. Spot Up has to charge in. Like, that looked awkward, folks. Cypher is able to get a kill, and defenders do ultimately win. But Jamerson, you know just as well as I, once your spike drops to the site, they have to push that there.
Yeah, we see a lot of people just kind of take a little bit too long once they establish their presence on the site to actually get the spike down. And this is one of those rare occasions where, you know, the team doesn't lose out on the rifle rounds after taking the first two. So this is a very strong economy move for tNt here. They should be able to get up a decent bank in this anti-eco round.
tNt trailing in the series. You see right there in front of the Cypher, that's those extra boxes I was talking about. You can jump up there for a higher angle. I'm pretty sure that's the change. Wasn't available last time around. Before 1.04 is our patch. Bomb leaning towards A side. And that seems to be where the push wants to come from. Sova's kind of just about to be walked on, but he gets two through the smoke. Insane. Not allowed. Not okay. Kenny gets a third before going down, but the damage has already been done. Spot up with 2 strong versus tNt's 3, and that's that 4-0. They're dynamite.
Yeah, if they could have just at least gotten the spike down, they're happy with the kills that they were able to find, but that spike would have helped them out drastically there. And tNt now, really, their economy, not as strong as I expected it to be, but, you know, even if they lose this round, they'll have full buys for the entire squad at the very least to continue this going right now. And so Spot Up need to put a stop to this bank. They need to win this round, or tNt might just run away with this half.
I'm in full agreement with you, but easier said than done. I mean, what needs to change here for Spot Up to stop themselves from being down 5-0?
I think they might have just got into their head that they can't fight for mid. Take a look. There's there's almost no presence here. Now the peek does come out from Tucker. He tries to spray through, but he finds nothing.
The first person all night to shoot through smoke and knock for the kill. Kai gonna take down the wall here. Spike was A, now going mid. 1 minute remaining. Yeah. Tucker trying to walk on through, has eyes. Tucker and Figment slowly walking up catwalk. But it doesn't seem to be getting them anywhere. They're walking very, very slow. Spot Up, that is.
Yeah, they send a fake smoke over to the A site, and tNt getting a little bit antsy there. So we're seeing some movement. Now they are going to re-rotate that Brimstone back on over to B, and this is going to be the right move. Got 28 seconds left. Bunny setting up for this. Smoke comes out over to mid, and now here comes the execute.
Look at this. tNt are ready for it, though. Just in case they don't hard commit, but they shifted. They played the shift. One player came over to put 3 on the site, 1 in the connector, and 1 closer at A's site. And so they had an idea that this was happening. And now they're going to try and defend against the execute. SVL goes ahead and gets 2, 3, 4, and the help from Cryo Cells. And it's 5-0 flawless, baby. tNt also 5-0 macro.
Like a lambs to slaughter there at the end, getting herded into the crosshairs of SVL by that orbital strike coming down from Infect the Tank. So that's going to be 5 in a row, and this is going to be such a bad half, it looks like, for Spot Up here. Not able to get anything going on their offense.
This definitely looks like a little bit of inexperience on the map. And I don't know the team, so maybe it's just a bad round from them, but I just see a lot of tNt holding down mid and Spot Up not understanding how to really fight out of these angles. They're not walking into mid and getting headshot every time, but their ability to kind of counter rotate and play around what tNt is doing is not really high.
They were able to tiptoe the entire team up here, but now they're just caught out. In fact, finding that first one slowed down by that orb as well.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm talking about. That's not the way you want to respond to that. You can go sort of to the sides or whatnot, but through the wall, man. Just, yeah, Salt is right. Kenny K, making it happen. Great recon dart. That's what gave the ability to the player to find the shots through the wall for that pen kill. Beautiful stuff. Heading into our 7th round here. Everyone with rifles. This is where Spot Up turns it around, if at all. They've got to. So now that you've got rifles, do you challenge mid? Or do you just forgive it? You go, we lost there, and take your rifles elsewhere.
Well, that would be that operator buy, but they have opted not to use it at this point. And their answer for mid is just to smoke it off every single time from this angle right now. But this aggressive push from the A players coming out from tNt, just shutting down this mid push completely.
That was tNt making the adaptation and Spot Up not. This is the game of adaptations. Listen, you get 2 minutes or less every single round. The map doesn't change. The players don't change. The positions don't change. It's how you adapt and you play against the other person. This is not PvE. You're not playing against the map as everything changes. You're playing against the opponent. And so you've got to take into mind, you got to download what they do. And tNt right here has made adjustments to what Spot Up have been doing, despite the fact that Spot Up even aren't winning. tNt are winning every round, and they're still adjusting to what their opponent's doing. And Spot Up haven't changed a damn thing. And I think that's a big deal. I think that's the reason I'm going to say it right now. I think that's why we're going to a map 3.
Yeah, and Spot Up, because of the economy that tNt have, if they find any success, they have to make sure that whatever adjustments they make works multiple rounds in a row. Already their SVL, getting that first pick. tNt have a huge bank. There were a few players that were sitting at near max money. And so they'll be able to full buy for 3, maybe 4 rounds in a row. And that's basically the rest of this half.
Here's a pop-up from Tucker, trying to walk up Cat. Won't find anybody immediately. SVL, on the other hand, eats the wrong side of it. Bunny, looking good. It's a 4-on-4. A-site the push. Rotation from tNt. 1 player on site, 2 players rotating. One of them flank, the other up front. Cryocells will take down Tucker, and now a true 3v2. Spot Up. Like I said, Spot Up are going to rotate. They're going to run into the Sage player.
Yeah, she was able to find 1 kill over there. Backs away now. She has the slower, but she does not. No more utility, but she gets the headshot. That at least slows them down just a little bit. Now here comes the rotation out from tNt. Falling back. I love how she's playing this.
Great crosshair placement. Core looking good. Figment is able to take out Tank, but Core was there. Figment going to go ahead and take the round just like that with the spike planted. 1 more remaining. Look at how he's playing against the wall just in case. Nice job. Nice job. What was... Anyway. 7-1. Spot Up get their first round of the game. Too little, too late? Question mark?
Like I said, they didn't do any economic damage, really, right? And so we're going to full buy. This operator buy actually does kind of affect tNt's subsequent buys. But I do like that they are now finally going for it. But the fact that they were comfortable with just rifles for 7-8 rounds in a row is very telling. But quickly making the adaptation. This is going to be huge for them, I think, as they are actually playing. Was it the Sage player that's got the operator? I'm not entirely sure whose hands that went into.
Yeah, I think it was the Sage with the op trying to play over by B. Mid going to be the spot here for Spot Up. Slowly walking towards A site via Cat. Spike still staunchly in the middle. So the team has not committed. Although A site is what I'm calling right now if I'm on the squad. tNt not hearing a thing will actually be more active towards the B site. Here come the smokes though. And Spot Up trying to walk on in, meets Mr. Kenny. Bunny goes down, immediately rezzed, and Tem turns it around. Kenny's going to take out 1, and Spot Up have 4 players to tNt's 4. Spot Up have walked onto the site, but are now going to be crushed on by the opposing side. One player going to be coming up from heaven at least, but we'll see where everybody else approaches from.
Yeah, they are smoked off at connector here, but Kai finds two, backs away, is going to heal up off of that. And spot up, it looks like they'll be able to string together 2 in a row.
Yeah, there's that player from up top, and just the Sage remains. And the call is to keep the op, and I don't disagree.
Yeah, this save will allow them to full buy for, of course, the next 2 rounds. So this is a crucial save, at the very least, for them. This is what should be able to allow them a 10-2 half. But again, this next round is going to be important. Spot up needs every single round at this point here, because this is already a disastrous half for them, but they can recover. If they can get the next 3 in a row, you walk away attacking side on ascent with 5, you're pretty happy.
Yeah, 5 is acceptable. That's kind of what you're shooting for. I'm sure they're happy it's not a 0, because it looked like that just might have been the case. 5 in a row, right, for tNt? So, or was it
7
6 in a row? It was all 7?
Yes.
Yeah, it was all 7. They got back-to-backs here, they being spot up. Catwalk. Making use of that change. Kenny's still going to win the fight. That's the first time we've seen that peak on stream. And it doesn't go their way. That's unfortunate.
Now spot up in a very tight spot here because their economy wasn't any good either. Only winning those 2 rounds and having your round loss bonus reset at this juncture. Oh, it is a bad spot to be in. Kai found himself in a bad spot as well. Just caught out in the middle of no man's land there, and he goes down. Nice peek by Kenny K. Oh, man.
The teammate presence. SVL kind of with the long range shenanigans. 12, 4, and 7 for the 3-letter player. You'll love to see it. The op on top. Core also grabbing one. The bottom fragger with 614 as a slash line, excuse me. If my bottom fragger is 6 and 1, I'm content. You could be Tucker.
Yeah, this almost full buy, halfway to like a force buy there, as we don't have full armor, I believe, on the Cypher player for spot up. But if they lose this one, oh, that's a rough way to start it all off.
You don't like to see that. Not at all. 4 players trying to push somewhere. Spike picked up. Mid is something to be shied away from for spot up. And that's what they will do. A seems to be the cautious contender. We'll see if they hard commit to this idea. I think they will. Utility coming out. The recon drone, recon dart does the job. 2 for 1. Spot up feeling good. 3 players up versus tNt's 3 players. Spike down.
They've got the Sova ultimate to work with as well, which I feel like tNt, yeah, they're just going to full commit onto this. There's no reason for them to try and save at all. They need to try and get these kills, and they're going to go ahead and use that res into this as well.
Oh, Core's able to get cryo cells up, and it's just immediately right back down. Core goes down as well. Spot up finishes them off. And it's 8-3. Okay, last round. If tNt wind up with 8... If this is an 8-4 half, tNt are still happy as a pig in mud.
Yeah, I agree with tNt going for that retake. I don't agree with going for that res for that. I think it could have been better well served here. They do have the double operator once again for this final round here in the half. Tem is going to have to contend against just the one. Where does he play it? Goes for the peak, does SVL, and Tem takes him out.
I almost expected that kill to happen. People have been killing folks through smokes all night. Really thought that was going to happen here. Not the case. Spot up 5 strong. Spike far away, but a lot of push into A site. Spike rushing towards the site as well, though. 2 still defending on B. So it's a 5-on-3 scenario here at A site. Recon Bolt going to be destroyed. And Kenny is trying to fire nonsense into the opposing team, trying to get a bead on where they are. Buddy starts us off, gets the kill, and the Spike has to be close behind. Planted. No. Planted.
Yeah, it's a 2v5 retake here, and tNt are going to go ahead and give up a 4th round, barring any crazy shenanigans here. Now, Core HH getting finished off, spot up, finally able to have a little bit more presence over at mid and using that connector well for the continual A push. And so they finally figured it out, but again, it took them so long. It took them 7 rounds in a row before they were able to get that down pat. And tNt did some major damage on the defensive end there.
They certainly changed it around. And I think that's the key there is adaptation. You've got to be changing it up. If you're not, then you're going to be walking into the same wall, sometimes literally, if you're up against the right sage. Spot up going to be spread out, and tNt looking for the A site push. Worth noting, spot up playing extremely close to the barriers, so they want to be aggressive. I love this guy. Can't get up there. Trying, but can't. 5-on-3 if tNt push in right now.
And they're pushed right up against the entrance there, so this should be a full commit out for them. So there we go. Here comes the take.
And raining from the front and the arrows to the left. Kenny and Core both able to find a kill here. tNt 4 strong. And spot up, getting shot up. tNt
Spike planted.
Spike on down here. Nothing to save, so expect an on push. Spot up despite having 2 members. One high. And the other coming from around the other side. But the Heaven player should be more notable. They've got to be making noise to be up there from the side. You get 2, but Tucker is able to finish one off. A 3v1. That's that. Attackers will do the eliminating here. 13 rounds in. 9 belong to tNt.
Cryocel's continually finding these flank angles for his squad, and that was a huge one for him, covering over Catwalk now. And tNt once again with another pistol round buy, and things are looking quite dire for Spot Up. We have to remember that this is a best of 3, and Spot Up did take the first map.
That's true. And they took the first map in, like I said, not quite dominating fashion, but they sort of ran away with it towards the end. I realistically, I just think tNt look much more practiced on this map, and this one goes to show why you do your homework, kids.
Kenny K, how? That you're not allowed to do that. He got the ultimate orb, and then when a 1v2, when they had first shot, he gets a third?
Is that allowed? Is that allowed? Tam's gonna take down Cryocell with the Z. And Kenny K, looking cute, feeling cute for the Sova player here, finds the 4th. 1 player remains.
He wants the ace. He wants the ace.
Revealing area.
Me too. Attackers win. No ace. You hate it. You hate it. A Marshall here. Yay or nay?
I'm okay with that. The important part about that round, we didn't really talk about it, was the simple fact that he did it all with the pistol. And so they got to save a lot of their economy. So if you take a look at them, you know, they got 1 SMG, I believe.
Yep.
And then they've got rifles behind it. So, you know, this battle, it's going to be highly contested.
Did tNt make much noise at A? Is the question. Because they're going to rotate back around. All 5 members coalescing in mid, looking at mid, while walking across mid.
tNt really trying to spot out the man. There we go. Finally hunts him down with that Al drone. So he gets a little bit of information about that. And so now it looks like they are opting to possibly make this push for a B site.
Probably not a bad idea. Walled off on the back to make sure the flank doesn't come through anytime soon. Slow orb up top. And now here comes Tem. One's already good, but Reyna with a beautiful blind. It's helped out by Cryocells, who finds the kill. Core from the left. Now Cryo, still here on the right. Trying to keep people on out. As tNt spikes in. Figment jumps on top of Core with the Goomba stomp. And 2 players left for tNt.
Well, they're able to just walk in for free there. As the spray down comes out from Bunny, it's all up to tNt now, though.
He's getting fired. tNt's going to walk on through to get the kill. 1 player left. tNt, 77 HP. Has eyes. Oh, no. The other player's hurt, though. Kenny sees. Walks. Shoots. Gets the kill. That's 3 for tNt. Wonderfully played.
That was, honestly. The fact that he was able to slow down the defuse with the on the hunt, and the way that as soon as he realized that he wasn't on the defuse and he went for that peek and spotted him out, he just pulls back and waits an additional 1.5 seconds, 2 seconds there. And honestly, that decision is basically what just won the round. Regardless if he went down, he would have basically just won anyhow.
That's true. That's really true. I love the way you said that. A site walked on in. Kenny's just going to continue what he's been doing here. Just cutting him down time and time again. They walk into A, grab a kill, and now the rotation into the other direction from tNt. You can tell they're mad about game 1. Oh. That could have been real bad for the shotgun player.
Yeah. tNt kind of panicking just a little bit there as Tucker with this Bucky. The Bucky did get changed. It got a little bit nerfed. Right. But that didn't matter. He was standing still, so he hit everything. I'm surprised it took 3 shots, though.
B push. All out B push. As all out as you can be with 3 players up. Spot up. Oh, man. Yeah.
I respect it, right? He barely missed the gate closing to try and get the boathouse with that. But now tNt are sitting on the 12th round. They're sending this to map number 3.
Yeah, like I said earlier, I mean, very rarely do we speak before things happen. But I was pretty sure about a game 3 here. So.
Yeah, 9 rounds in a row is a tough ask. Is definitely a tough ask.
So with that in mind, of course, it's not over till it's over. tNt 1 away from winning it and sending us to a game 3. Spot up, though. Could absolutely, I'm not even being funny here, they could absolutely win the, 6, 7, 8 rounds in a row in order to, 9 rounds in a row in order to get it. It seems like an impossible number, and it's just short. It is possible, but it is kind of ridiculous with that in mind. So I'm going to ask you to put on the code chat here as tNt look for their final push. What do you tell your team to improve going from game 2 to game 3?
I mean, it's Ascent. You just brush that off, right? You just go next. I don't think you really need to make any kinds of adjustments. I don't think you really need to do anything. It just looks like, lack of preparation for this. And you also start off on the attack side. So if you're already lacking preparation for Ascent, this is kind of what happens.
Yeah. Just got to do the homework. Owl drone going to be taken out, but it's new. This is I don't know. I'm not a nice guy. I don't really give people flack. But if I were to, it would be a scent. Mid is still the play here for tNt. Cautiously looking towards B site.
Which is weird. This was a sense pick. I mean, this was Spot Up's pick, by the way. So for this map to go so one-sided for tNt is an odd one.
In that case, I'm just going to say that we're wrong, and they're just not playing. Because that is one of the beautiful things about the game. Sometimes you just can't hit your shots. tNt can. 4 up until Bunny changes that to 3 with the flank from the back end. Spike already down. Smokes out on the left-hand side. Players positioning around the right. Kenny K snapping from left to right. Spot Up with 2 players coming from either angle. Taking it slow. Fire tossed up, delaying that push even more so. And they're both going to come from the left at the same time. One player, the Cypher, has eyes on it. Kenny K does not. Spot Up are running out of time. They got to push in. They can't do it. tNt gets it. We're going to a game 3.
Again, when I finally looked at that, at whose map pick it was, it did not seem like this was Spot Up's map pick, as tNt just had a complete run of things here. 23, 8, and 7 for Kenny K.
So when I look at the post game stats, that's you. Usually, I'm going directly to see the guy with the big kill, the big KDA. Unfortunately, what sticks out here is straight up. I mean, the squad did not do well. Spot Up, nobody positive on their side.